Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jacob Ems, and this is your starting lineup as they have qualified for Character Elimination NASCAR Episode 1, which will be a race at the beginning of the season. Row 1 is, for the first time since Season 14, the Wild Thing, Kyle Busch, will lead the contenders to the green flag. He'll start alongside the other team captain in a car that's gold and bold and ready for the race to unfold. The 99 of Concrete Carl Edwards comes back for the first time since 2016 in NASCAR. Row 2 will include the Tasmanian Devil, Marcos Ambrose, who will start for the first time since Season 13, and Happy Kevin Harvick won't be so happy when he gets eliminated later this season, since he is the highest placing troublemaker in the race. Row 3 belongs to Danica Patrick, whose car is green, but she isn't so mean in this season. And Corey LaJoie won't be gutting in the gutter out of this race in the gutter protection ride. Row 4 belongs to Joplin, Missouri's Jamie McMurray in the number 40 car, running for the first time in NASCAR since the Daytona 500 in 2019. He's starting alongside Dale Earnhardt Sr., who will run the number 3 car at the beginning of this season. Being in the competition in the first few seasons, beginning with two-digit numbers, belongs to Row 5 alone. The Wonder Boy, Jeff Gordon, ride in for the first time since 2016 in the Flying Fork, and Landon Sandcastle is running in the Burger King ride for the first time since his first season. Row 2 belongs to Brad, the Big Keselowski, in the patriotic Miller Lite ride, and the Full Throttle Travis Kvapil will run in one row behind his teammate. Row 7 belongs to the New Jersey Fury, Martin Truex Jr. in the number 19 car, and chasing the $1 billion is Chase Elliott in the Little Caesars ride in Row 7. Row 8 belongs to Daniel Suarez, who will be running the number 41 car in this race, and Alex Bowman ready to bowl this season out of harm's way. Row 8 belongs to Justin Allgaier, ready for a fresh start, and Casey Mears reappears in the 18th position. Row 10 belongs to Matt DiBenedetto, who did so good last season, and Sterling Marlin is ready for a good start in the 09 car. A fun fact is Matt DiBenedetto led the most laps in the Daytona 500 this year. We are down to the last 10 cars in the last 5 rows. Row 11 belongs to John Wood, who's the last troublemaker in the field, and the only one in a backup car who's following his incident with only 20 minutes to go in happy hour, and the clip will be shown later this season, and the Wood Brothers team had a backup ready fast enough for John to run 4 more laps on the track before the session ended, and Casey Citizen Kane in the number 5 ride. Row 12 belongs to the solo deuce of Kurt Busch, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. is ready in the USA ride, ready to rock the season for the first time since 2017. Fun fact is, he still races, but he only runs in the Xfinity Series and not the Sprint Cup, and not in the Monster Energy Cup Series. Row 13 belongs to the 5-hour Energy Boys, who make 10 hours of energy. Row 13 belongs to Eric Jones, who won his first race at the Coke Zero 400 at Daytona in 2018. And the Warrior from Emporia, Clint Boyer, will run in the 15 car. Row 14 belongs to the amazing David Ragan, who did so amazing in the 55 car back in 2015. And Denny Hammer and Hanlon goes into row 14 and starts in the second to last row. And in row 15, all by themselves, Jimmy Johnson, who is fighting for Lowe's and Alley Financial for this season, and sliced bread himself, Joey Logano, ready to go in the last position. 5 drivers will be up for debuting later this season since they didn't make the field. Michael Waltrip in the 66 car didn't make it. Mark Martin trying to make the 14 get in for Stewart-Haas Racing former driver Tony Stewart. Matt Kenseth in the 20 car. Chris Buescher in the Love's Travel Stops ride, and sleek and swift Regan Smith in the 51 ride. In addition, 3 drivers withdrew and are up for debuting. Boris said he would race, but only if he could debut later this season. Sam Hornish Jr. in the 06 car since the 77 was taken, and Greg Biffle in the KFC ride is ready for a debut later this season. And ladies and gentlemen, that's your field for Character Elimination NASCAR Episode 1.